everybody. Welcome back to Rabbit Trails Podcast, where I am extremely excited for today's podcast. Why? I don't really know. Maybe it's because we haven't recorded in like 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
It's been a long time. So I am super pumped to be back in the studio with my boys, Christopher, my co-host, and producer, Jordan.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Yo, it's been 3 weeks for Randall and I, 4 weeks for Jordan.
It has
Fresh
been 4
on a
weeks
month
for-
off.
Yeah. I didn't even know what you guys looked like.
You weren't too sad about that, were you?
No.
Well, welcome into the podcast to everyone. Back into the 338. I am Christopher, joined alongside my host, Randall, who gave us a lovely intro
I'm
there.
here.
Off to my right here, in between us both, we
My
have
left.
our producer, Jordan.
How's it going, folks?
Yeah.
He is the
good to be here.
proverbial burger to our buns. He is the dog to our hot dog bun.
I don't think there's ever been a time where I
is the
introduced.
cream
Okay.
to our
Oh,
donut.
he's not done.
Incidentally,
He's in between us. He's in the
incidentally,
middle.
I just came back from vacation.
Yeah.
I stepped on the scales.
and it
I'm
said,
prime.
get off.
I'm prime Angus beef, boys. Grade A Wagyu.
The Pop-Tarts had your way, didn't they?
Oh man.
So I heard a story. I walked in the house, and like 3 minutes into being in the house, I asked you, I said, so how are the Pop-Tarts? And you said they're really good. And then Chris informed me that you hid them underneath your bed for like an entire week so these guys couldn't get into them.
Yeah, I had this
So
tradition.
were you just laying in bed, just late at night watching TV and just pounding Pop-Tarts?
Playing PUBG.
So
Playing
here's
PUBG. Oh, big
That's a big,
PUBG
that's a
guy.
big one.
Big PUBG guy. Yeah, I kind of got out of it because it got a little stale.
Well, on
after
vacation,
playing
you gotta-
for a while, but
yeah.
not a big gamer. But PUBG was kind of it. But
Some
yeah, back
cap
to
and some fools.
the Pop Tarts. The Pop Tarts were a really big deal. I don't know. I was deprived of them in my childhood.
Doesn't look like you're deprived anymore.
Nope, not at
He's
all.
not deprived of much
He's really
these days.
filling out that Sugardale shirt.
No. Yeah, I'm definitely kind of like that Michelin Man, I believe.
You look happy,
Michelin
though.
Man?
That's why I'm happy for
I'm
you.
very happy. My gut, no.
You look like
You look like you're one bad bowel movement away from a heart attack.
he looks like the Pillsbury Doughboy, doesn't he?
If the Pillsbury Doughboy had a weight problem.
Well, have you never seen the Pillsbury Doughboy?
No, I have. Yeah, I
Okay,
have. I
okay.
definitely have.
Okay.
I'm joking. You look fantastic.
Thank you.
Shoots, you look great. Just
Thank
so I still smell the sun and sea on your guys' hair.
They were like
so.
one of those conch shells. If you just put your ear up to us,
Or
you
what?
could- Conch shells.
What is that even?
What did you say?
Conch.
Conch.
You put your ear up to. It's like one of those big round shells.
You hear
put
the
your
ocean.
ear- Yeah.
Oh, dude, we used to have one of those in our house.
Was it in your bathroom?
Maybe. I just remember going in there as a child, and I'd be like,
You're sitting on the toilet.
Just
Like,
listen.
well, I don't like hearing this. Let me listen to the ocean.
This
Yes.
is why I miss this show. There is
did
so
we
much
get-
nonsense that
how
gets
did we get
spewed.
there so fast?
He said something about shells. It went away. Oh, we were talking about Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, Pop Tarts. So I had this.
Oh, my goodness.
I had this thing. I was kind of deprived, I guess.
Also found out you have another snack
I would
that you
just. I
love.
would really just like to say my Pop Tart story.
I know, but also bring in the other snack.
Okay, I'll get to that. So once again, as a child, I was deprived of Pop Tarts. I don't know. I think I had them one time at like a friend's house or something, and I was like, "Mom, I would really like those." She's like, "No, those are bad for your health."
So she's not wrong.
She's not wrong,
She's not wrong at all.
but she's still wrong.
Deprived.
I want Pop Tarts, but every great once in a while I allow myself to have them once a year because they are actually really, really bad for you.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of a thing on vacation. I'm not a big snack sweets guy in general, but I usually buy a pack of Pop Tarts, strawberry Pop Tarts, and this is the dumbest thing now that I say it out loud. It sounds so much worse, but yeah, and I hid them. And here's
Assuming
a massive.
the family size pack.
Actually, no, they're expensive.
How much are Pop-Tarts?
They were like, I think it was like $3.18 for a little box.
Holy.
I mean, that's not really that much, but it's
In the
like
grand scheme of things,
they're so small.
That's pretty cheap heart failure.
Exactly.
yeah. It's a small price to pay.
It's like a 5-hour energy for cancer. So, yeah, I will say that it's normally a breakfast thing, like to eat in the morning.
Well, I guess 1, 2 o'clock in the morning in your
But-
bed is still considered breakfast.
The thing is, they have that aluminum foil like wrapper.
Oh,
Not stealthy. Not
dead
stealthy.
giveaway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can hear it's like
Dead
a little
giveaway.
child from the other side of the house. Someone's like, "What are you eating?"
Chris is just like,
Yes.
Do you hear that? Sits straight up in his bed. Bill, like,
Dude, I'll perk up quicker than anything else.
All right.
So
Dude.
that and some Chip Ahoys. Kind of a Chip Ahoy fan.
Yeah.
Do you want the L?
Just occasionally. You eat like one cookie and you're like over your daily calorie intake.
Facts.
Yeah, but do you know what the L of the week was with the Pop-Tarts?
What was that?
There was no toaster there.
Oh,
Bro, you throw them in a toaster and it gives them a
Massive.
slight crisp, you know. 'cause
Massive rip.
But bro,
also the goo in the middle gets soft.
well, not to, yeah, and that's great. You get a little crispy outside, but dude, we only had a microwave at use.
Oh.
It's not it. Really
It's
not.
definitely not it. They have to be a little crunchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did eat the last pack, so
You.
Expletive.
Yes.
he told me about him like in the final 2 days. And I was
And
like,
you
Here was the
probably
thing.
didn't even feel bad about it, did you?
physically I did because it actually did not set great on me.
They're
It
heavy.
did not even come up on your radar.
Coupled along.
Definitely not.
I mean, couple that with the rest of the food that we ate. It's
I was gonna say you're telling me about you're drinking gallons of garlic butter.
Okay,
like,
can I tell you though? I didn't even tell you
hundreds
about
of
my
pounds of
experience there,
seafood?
bro. One of our first nights we're down there. I'm eating crawfish, just soaked in butter, and I'm eating corn on the cob.
What?
It's a whole Cajun thing. I'm eating
What?
potatoes.
What?
I'm eating sausage.
What?
I'm literally eating shrimp
What?
while I'm eating all of this.
What?
Dude, I'm telling you what, it was amazing. It was so good. I could think back to that. Oh, I just want it in front of me right now, and I just ate like 7 pancakes.
Ugh.
Anyway, how's your life, Randall?
Mine was great. I braved the snowy
The
north.
snoring north.
The snoring north. It actually winter this year has been a snooze fest.
I will
I'm
No cap.
okay with that.
No
It's
cap.
been like mostly 40 degrees, sunshiny.
Yep.
We've had a couple 70-degree days in
Mm-hmm.
February and now coming into March. Not a big complainer, but like also I have this feeling like, you know, about the middle of April, maybe into May, we could have this like 1.5 foot snowstorm. It's just gonna like wreck, you know, like winter's also like, oh wait, we forgot Ohio, and just like
Right.
unleash snowmageddon on us.
Yeah,
So,
if you don't live in Ohio, just picture this. It's a beautiful July day, about 75 degrees. Corn is just like, you know, in
tasseling.
well, not quite in July, isn't it? Normally about knee high.
Some
Okay, so we're let's say it's tasseling end of July. All is well with the world.
snow.
Then it's a Thursday, and then we get 2 inches of snow, and it's 16 degrees. But wait, there's more. Friday, 75 degrees.
Oh,
That's an average July.
got him with the change up.
And then rain Sunday.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But other than that, Ohio's been pretty normal. No more. I take that back. A lot more trains have crashed.
What is normal about Ohio?
I don't know. That's a good question.
There's not much.
There's not much normal about Ohio.
It only took 3 days for us to get back until we finally saw blue sky again. So that was,
Yeah.
you know, not too far,
No.
far and few in between. What else has happened in your life?
Almost a daily. This would make sense to a lot of people, but like almost a daily comedy ritual. I work with my dad and my grandpa on the farm and in our shop there, and almost every day it's like a comedy thing where my grandpa will be sweeping or doing something, and he'll get a phone call, and he's like stops. He has a flip phone. He opens it, like looks at it, and he puts up his ear. He's like, "Oh," and pause for a minute. He's like, "I already told you guys I'm not interested and never call me back," and slams his phone shut. And he's like, "I don't know how they get my number." And it like happens every day. And I promise you the same people. And then he told me this story. And I laughed so hard. So like some old guys meet at McDonald's or a coffee
Yes.
shop.
Classic.
Yeah, he goes over to the local repair shop and sits around on the stool with old guys, and they shoot
Oh,
bull and
man.
talk about the old days. And
Talk mechanics.
yeah, I'm sure.
Your grandpa, I'm going to interject. He is a very, very funny human being.
He is a legend.
go on.
He is a legend among most. Love the guy to death. And he was talking, and she said, "I don't know how these telemarketers get all." And he said one of his friends was there, and I can't remember if it was him. I'm gonna say it was one of his friends for the sake of the story. I can't remember if it was him
Okay.
or somebody he knows, but his friend was like told the story. He's like, "Oh, I had a great one." He said, "I have a great one." Next time they call, I'm sorry. He said people kept calling him about life insurance, updating your life insurance plan, make sure everything, whatever.
Right.
And he said, so finally one day they called. And the guy's like, He's like, hello, I just wanted to call you and talk to you about your life insurance policy, make sure you're up to date. And the guy's like, oh, that's funny you called. I'm on the bucket with the rope around my neck, just getting ready to jump.
Oh my goodness gracious!
And the guy on the other end of the phone was like, no.
Oh my word!
Dude, these old guys are savage.
Oh my word!
He said he never got a call back from him.
Never again.
Oh my goodness.
That's one way to do it.
And then my grandpa, he'll just ask them randomly. He's like, he heard it somewhere. Anyway, answer him. He's like, hello. Hey, what's the weather like there?
Oh, I need to start using that one. That's so good.
And then he said, oh, they hung up. And he just thinks it's the funniest thing.
Dude, you need to ask more open-ended questions to these
Yeah.
telemarketers, man.
Well, my coworker Ken, nice elderly gentleman.
Amazing guy.
He feels really bad, not for himself that he gets called, but for the other people that
For the other people.
that after he hangs up with someone, those people call. So he feels bad
Yeah.
for the people that are getting called next.
Sure.
So he picks up the phone. He's like, you know what? Hey, he'll be like, yeah, hello, like this is Ken. Then they go on their rant. He's like, hey, would you mind just hanging on 1 second? Let me just put you on hold for just a minute.
Oh, I love this.
He'll put him on hold and go walk away and have lunch. And they'll still be on hold for like
They are
minutes.
persistent.
Absolutely.
They are persistent.
But guess what?
Man.
He saved the world of getting a call in that very moment. They probably called after the fact, but maybe their daily call log was a little less because
Yeah.
he put them on hold.
True. Very true.
If everyone did that, man.
One time I walked over to his office. I'm like, Ken, there's 2 people on hold. Oh, yeah, they're telemarketers.
Pretty soon people try to call into your business and like all your phone lines are full. Ken's is over there. Hold please.
Hold, please. That's genius, man.
Yeah.
legend.
I see those calls that I just don't recognize the area code, and I literally pick it up, press the end button right away. But man, you got to pick that sucker up, let that thing chill for a little bit.
Hey, ask
the
them how
way
the
to do it.
weather's.
Yeah, and Verizon makes it easy. They have an app that sorts your junk now, so like it'll show up and say maybe junk, and then you just tap a button and it goes away.
Yeah, and that's also how weird Ohio is, too, talking kind of in relation to the weather and everything else. On the subject of death,
Oh wow.
in a town not too nearby mine, we have cremation services available for only,
yes.
I believe it's $9.99? Or is it $8.99?
$1.99 or something.
No.
It's a very generous price, whatever it is.
No, it's $98.99.
98. No, that is it.
That is
because
it.
I remember thinking, I'm like, well, you know what? Why not just round up for charity?
Yeah, it's $100, pretty steep.
But it's $9.89 for cremation.
You know that's
And
for pets, right?
Here's the thing.
No.
I have no idea.
No,
Okay,
it's
okay,
not. It's
okay,
for
okay.
it's for definitely for humans. But they took out billboards. There's billboards
No.
up beside the road. There is a van that is wrapped out by
I've
the
seen
road.
this. I know what you're talking exactly what you're talking about.
Unbelievable. And they also, for the longest time, so like your favorite politician, when election season comes around, has every corner of the street filled up with these stupid
Yeah.
little election signs. Vote this guy, vote this, whatever. Which is not going to make a freaking difference. People's minds are made up. Those signs don't help. But these little cremation signs are out there, along with your favorite politician.
Yeah.
So welcome to Ohio.
Those little
Yeah.
signs. Those little signs, by the way, those little road signs,
Yep.
great for pranks. By the way,
Really?
let's leave it at that. Like they are very useful for stuff.
You know, well, let's not go there.
Yeah, I can't.
I committed a felony.
I can't tell too much. But also, that's a prank I want to play someday. Is put someone's face and phone number on a massive billboard alongside the road
Yeah.
and say like just call, wish them a happy birthday or something. Like
Yeah.
I want to do it so bad. It's a very costly because a couple $1,000 prank.
Hey,
Yeah.
boys, I just had a thought.
Who are we gonna prank?
No.
No, I'm serious.
Does Rabbit
Do
Trails,
rabbit trails have a billboard?
does Rabbit Trails have a billboard?
We
Let's take out a billboard spot on the busiest interstate in the United States of America.
on the strip in Las Vegas.
Hey, now.
I wonder how much that would cost.
We get our face across that big billboard in New York in downtown.
Yeah, it's like call for a good time.
Yeah. Dang, we gotta start creating some episodes, get some ad revenue up.
Yeah.
Good grief.
I feel like we're a good 2, maybe 3 years away from that kind of ad revenue.
I don't know. Did you see that last paycheck?
I did. It was sad.
I don't know what you're saying. It didn't disappoint.
I don't know what you were looking at. Did you not give him the right one?
Did we get the digits wrong?
Oh, I see. What
Dang it.
Well, there's only 3 money points. There's only so many places you can put the digit.
Well, considering the finances run through your boy, I can just show you guys a different decimal point.
With your boy. Yeah.
After I'm living off my millions and millions, and you scum are sat here still creating podcasts.
Scum.
I
No.
will say there was a little interesting scenario with the finances early on because after money started coming in, there was an account with a whole
Are you
bunch of
talking
money.
like future text?
No, there was an account with money in it,
He's speaking this into existence. Yeah. Let him do it. Let him go. Come on.
but no one knew what to do with it.
LeVar Ball.
That was actually one of the funnier moments of this show. Like,
Well, it's like, do we have a
Behind the
business
scenes.
now? Like, how
Behind the
kind of?
And so now you're looking at our money.
Yes.
Desk.
and you also broke a mic.
They also. Well, no, they heard our money.
Yeah.
Stop pounding. The desk.
Speaking of ways to financially support us, Chris, you do have some.
Yo, that was nice. I was thinking of a transition this entire time, and I had one ready, and you ruined it. But I was still like, yours better.
Chris, you have some news for us?
I do have some exciting
You
news.
started a Patreon.
Not
No?
yet.
Not yet?
That's TBD. Maybe. Actually, TBD is saying maybe, but it's TBD maybe. I was gonna say, Randall, your drip over there is looking mighty fly tonight. Okay, I'm just
It is.
saying, you
It
look
is.
good.
Holy cow!
I've been wearing this sample product T-shirt around. People
not
have really
see
liked it.
Including myself. I mean, man,
These-
it's top of the line. It's pristine.
Very
you
nice.
look so
Comfy.
good.
So comfy.
After, we will say there was some issues with the last merch drop.
There's no doubt.
The quality was a little subpar,
Um,
and we were bitter.
Yeah.
We spent so much time on this last merch drop.
but I feel like
That's
the fact that we realized, or by we I mean you guys, realized it was not up to par, and you guys have spent a lot of time working on it.
That is
Specifically,
not happening
Chris.
again.
Yeah.
And I will tell you that this new stuff that we're coming out with, whoo, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's real nice.
I'm a big fan.
That shirt looks so comfortable.
It is
Okay.
very comfortable.
Jordan's
you
got the
quit
hard
look-
eyes emoji
Yeah,
right
would
now.
you quit looking at me like that?
He just turned his chair. His back's towards me. He's just looking at
He
you,
is.
Randall.
This is the
Burn.
voice.
He's burning a hole in my chest.
If
I
you
don't know how I feel
couldn't,
about it.
if you didn't guess it up until now, guys, we got our store back. Okay.
Yay!
We got, not just do we have it back, we have a brand new store.
New logo.
New everything. It's
merch.
awesome. And by new logo, it's like, it's the logo you're used to seeing when you click on the little thing and hear the music
Revamped.
roll.
Do we know?
But hey, we got some exciting new lines dropping. We're starting a little bit slim as far as products go, just because we're kind of in the beta version right
Wanna
now.
feel me?
Oh, he
Hey,
literally got
hey.
out of his chair to feel you.
Hey.
That's weird. To feel your shirt.
Oh, wait. Hey.
What am I looking at right now?
Do we have to tell my wife?
He's just checking your tag.
I just wanted to verify that it was still the same. Boys, you open up the tag of a new Rabbit Trail shirt.
Maybe
It
make sure
says
somebody's
USA.
wearing it before you try to look at the tag. Does it say USA?
Sorry, Randall's wife. It says USA Proud.
Oh, bet.
Doesn't mean it's made in the
But that means that when it got shipped to the U.S.,
we were proud.
we were proud of that.
Proud of that.
Honestly,
amazing.
we searched abroad and couldn't find any superior clothing brands nearby. But
will
we're
say-
still proud.
I've wore this several times. Very comfortable. It has not faded. It's been washed several times. Has not faded. Has not shrunk.
You look good. You
Great
feel
quality.
Good.
I feel thinner. I feel like everything I've lost that Jordan has picked up in Pop-Tart weight, which is great.
So thick.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, as per this being released, you will see a post on the Instagram. And if you don't see it, if you don't follow us on Instagram, first of all, follow us on Instagram.
What are you doing?
And
with
after
your
that,
life?
you can go check out our store, which will be posted. The link will be posted, or you can just search up Rabbit Trails. I actually do not have the URL on me at the moment because this is so beta that I don't even know all the codes yet to it all. But either way, we will promote it as much as we can on the day of the drop. It'll be the Monday that this gets released. And from there, we got exciting stuff coming up. You know, we got discounts that we're going to push here in the future. We got giveaways that we're going to do before the end of the season.
Special drops.
We got special drops that right there, limited edition stuff.
Limited edition stuff we're really excited about doing.
So-
Actual rabbit stuffed animals. Just wait.
We haven't pushed it into
What
the
if we
plushie
gave
market a
away
whole
an
lot.
actual rabbit?
An actual rabbit.
Guys,
What?
what if we bought a rabbit and had a rabbit mascot?
Like a real one?
Like a real live rabbit.
I gotta break it to you. Someone's got to take care of that.
It would not live in this studio and like survive.
No, but it would like...
Hey, you have a farm.
You do have a farm. The heck?
We're full.
You're telling me on your
You mean to tell me
acreage, okay,
you have thousands of acres?
and you can't hold a single little bunny.
Just
No, you need a
one
male and a
full.
female.
No,
You need two. You have to
dude,
have two.
those suckers reproduce. I take it. I have a friend that has bunnies, and they reproduce like
what
rabbits.
actually is? Do we know the
Nice.
reproduction rate?
Oh,
way
it's
too fast.
gonna
It's
do
up
some
there.
search.
I think we can have like a litter. A litter.
I don't know if it's still a litter if
batch?
it's bunnies. It would make sense if it
A
was.
batch. They can have like a batch a month. I think.
I heard that they're like
in
mice.
20 couple
'cause
days.
Don't
It's
mice
incredible.
mice
One-
get after it, man? They have a lot of kids.
I kind of forgot. Maybe this is bad because we're a rabbit show. A male rabbit is called a buck.
Yeah, I do that.
What the fuck?
And
Are you serious? No way. Actually, is that legit? Like seriously?
And a female is called a doe.
Yes, I knew that. I kind of forgot the buck.
Oh my word! Him saying that brought
Good
so
old
much
buck of dough.
nostalgia for our rabbit like fact of the week that we used to
That
do.
actually was so bad.
Oh my goodness, we used to like literally actually have a rabbit fact of the week.
And here
That's
we are
crazy.
talking about rabbit reproduction rates. So, one male.
How this
rabbit,
has come full circle.
Hey,
Come on
Yeah.
now.
So first you need a mommy rabbit.
And then you need a buck rabbit. Is that right? Did I say
What
that?
the
Did you
fuck?
say buck?
He said buck.
I said buck.
Don't look at me and say buck.
Did you say Bobby?
I said junior.
Oh.
So what's their reproductive rate? I'm serious.
If you Google rabbit reproduction rate, there's a sus image that.
50 rabbits a year?
Yes, this says one
Holy.
male rabbit equals a buck. So a buck and a female,
Wish you could sell them for that much.
given given care and good feeding, will produce, more than 50 rabbits a year.
Okay, there's got to be some
This
money in
means
that.
you can.
There's got to be.
Right below that, it says this means you can sell or eat almost one rabbit every week of the year.
That's crazy.
Bro, by the time
That's if
oh
you just
my
have
word.
one female rabbit. Imagine if you had two.
Ramp up production.
You could have rabbit every night of the week.
Where is there a need for rabbits in the world? Because you just take a male and a female there and like,
I don't feel like rabbits is a real high quality meat.
hey, I just learned this too. A baby rabbit is called a kit. The female is a doe and the male is a buck. So
Kit.
I feel like
Kit
these
is
are-
also the same as a baby fox.
these are things.
kit is
fact.
also what soccer players call their jerseys. So
Kit?
rabbits.
yeah.
Rabbits are some of the cutest things around.
They are. Once they get hair,
But-
like they're born very ugly.
Yeah,
Very ugly.
but
They're
the
very
ones-
different from other babies.
Yeah.
The ones with the really big puffy ears.
Chewy woobies.
I also learned that their teeth never stop growing. So
Really? That's why they're always chewing.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
I got bit by a rabbit one time.
They're vicious.
Didn't feel good. And then what are the little was it jackalopes with the
Jackalopes with the horns.
yeah, with the horns?
Yeah,
yeah.
those aren't real, Jordan.
Speaking of weird animals,
I don't know.
hey, you know till you see them, son. Okay, but
Platypus?
speaking of creepy animals, dude.
Platypus.
Okay,
Them suckers weird.
okay, they are weird.
Look
but,
at this. Think about this.
Here we go.
They live underwater.
Okay,
They lay eggs.
okay.
What else is it? They're blind. There's something else.
You almost have described a fish so far.
No, exactly. But it's a platypus. It's a mammal.
Fish are not blind.
I did actually get to partake in some octopus in the past 2 weeks. So
Well, it was vacation.
not the first time I've ever done that, but it was good. It was very good.
Look at this rabbit.
That is a plump bunny. Woo!
I want to see this chunk boy.
That is a.
Oh, that thing's got some cheeks
I feel like we should have a rabbit.
and a stomach.
I feel like we
wow,
should have a rabbit on the podcast for an interview.
we should.
I
It
feel
would be
like-
awkward if we weren't filming it though, because then we could fake a rabbit. We could easily fake a
100%.
rabbit.
Yeah.
Sheesh. So I was in Florida this past week, and
Oh,
we saw
really?
the creepiest thing. Yeah. Okay. Kind of.
Platypus?
No, we didn't see a platypus.
Oh.
It's not that creepy, but I 100% saw a raccoon that had mass amounts of rabies. And I don't know if there's levels to rabies, but this thing was messed up. Either
There's
that
levels to
or
it.
it just drank like a full bottle of Kettle One before this thing walked across the road. Like this thing was messed up.
I thought you were going to talk about those turtles that were mating.
Oh, we could talk about the turtles too. From our house down there,
Turtles?
there were 6 turtles that would
Sea
just chew on
turtles?
the
Let me-
bank. This thing just
Sunny.
chilled. Yeah, don't they sun themselves like fish
Yeah.
do or something?
Turtles?
They just sit on the bay and do nothing but just vibe.
Maybe the red tide had them just like, keeping themselves on the bank a little longer than normal.
No, turtles are destructive though.
Don't turtles lay
brutal.
like thousands of eggs too?
I don't know,
So,
but it
I
didn't.
just-
Like seeing turtles, I was just like, man, it didn't help me not want to use a straw. That's for sure. So actually,
says-
use
You're
more.
so full of crap. You use plastic straws the entire week.
That's what I was saying.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I might have said it wrong, but
Females usually lay between 1 and 9 clutches of eggs per season.
How many eggs are in a clutch?
Female green turtles may lay 1,900 to 2,300 eggs within a lifetime.
well, how long is a lifetime though? I
Seems
mean,
doable.
feels like a human could do that.
You feel like you can lay 2,300 eggs in your life.
Hey now. I feel like we should talk about something else.
What impressive chicken.
So yeah, get that new merch.
Yeah, I don't know how we got on there for merch, but either way, we got some special lines
You see any
dropping.
dolphins while you're in Florida?
Every
Dolphins, yeah.
everything will be.
I did one.
Yeah.
Oh, you did see dolphins?
I won.
Fun fact
Okay,
about dolphins.
Okay.
What is their
we don't
reproduction
have
rate?
time. We don't.
This isn't
DM
dolphin
me if
trails.
you want to know the fun fact about dolphins.
If you get a DM,
I know that they have fine,
expose that person.
I won't
chest
tell
hair.
you.
Okay.
They have chest hair?
Fine chest hair.
Fine chest hair. But they have chest hair.
Yes.
Jordan wishes he was a
Dolphins
dolphin.
Dolphins have chest hair. I feel like that's breaking news. I did not know that. Fish don't have hair.
Yeah, what?
Fish do not have hair.
I don't know what Jordan's talking about.
They have tentacles. Tentacles? Tentacles?
Fish have tentacles?
Octopus have tentacles.
Fins.
And gills.
And tentacles.
And-
Catfish have tentacles.
You mean those
Whiskers.
The whiskers coming out the front?
Whiskers aren't hair.
Are they tentacles though? No. Do they have suction cups on them?
All right, Google it. Do catfish have tentacles? How the heck do you
Catfish
spell
have
tentacles?
Yeah, if you spell tentacles correctly, I'll be impressed.
How do you spell tentacles?
Hang on, I'm back on the dolphins have chest hairs.
He's trying to prove his point again.
I don't think they do.
Tentacles is TEN.
While he's finding out,
TACLES.
Chris, is there anything you wanted to
Yes, tentacles.
finish up on the merch? Or
Thank you
anything?
for finally circling back
Yeah.
to me. I just wanted to encapsulate that all by saying we got some fun lines dropping, okay? Limited time stuff, so make sure you get it while it drops. And everything will be announced on our Instagram or via this show per dates of the drop, so you can be ready for that. And other than that, stores out there, ladies and gentlemen. Go take a
Do it.
look at it.
Link
Peep some
is
new
in the
stuff.
description.
Yes, it'll be probably not where they found this directly, but we'll definitely make sure that it's exposed as much as we can. So,
Well, thank you for that, Chris.
yes.
So dolphins do have chest hair.
They do.
Yes.
Wow, would you look at that?
Now,
Paint me red and call me a
doesn't
fire
doesn't necessarily say chest hair, but it does say they have hair, and I'm assuming it's near their chest, so it'd be chest hair.
truck. Oh, so you're
improvising.
Oh, see, you Democrat, you're taking a little bit of facts and spreading it over a wide broad to make it look like it's what
Like
you
he
want
was
to do.
right.
I am impressed by that analogy.
Yeah.
That was a
impressive.
10 out of 10
was
analogy right there.
impressive.
See, a little
So-
bit of truth
Yeah.
mixed with a whole lot of lies. But anyway, cool. Dolphins had chest hair. Good on you. Who's that?
That's me.
What the frick was that?
My stomach.
What was that? You just ate so many pancakes. How's your stomach doing that?
That's why it's doing that. The little
that your stomach? It's
It
digesting?
sounded like a dolphin coming up for air.
It did.
Dolphins need air.
Yeah.
Let me look.
Dolphins are mammals.
This dude's on it for the dolphin
dolphins
facts
do
tonight.
need. Dolphins are mammals. So are whales. They need air to
I gotta
breathe.
say, like, dolphins are really sweet. Like, when you're in a boat or something and they're up behind you and they're, like, diving in synchronization.
Yeah.
What?
Synchronization.
They are smooth. They're like the blue angels underwater.
Yeah.
I literally was just about to say that.
Well, I mean, synchronization, you got to think of the blue angels when you think
Yeah,
of
that's
that,
true.
that word.
Blue angels. Whew.
Yeah.
Since we made our transition to airplanes,
Oh,
I had
gee,
a...
frickin' whiz.
Well, hang on. This is kind of your fault. I had a listener. Yeah, you know where this is going. I had a listener message me, and So if you haven't listened to the show before, Randall, because
My favorite airplane is a Cessna 120.
Randall's favorite airplane is a Cessna 120, an airplane which no one has ever heard of. I didn't even know existed.
And I had to teach you about it, which is embarrassing for you if you think about it.
It's the smallest piece of rubbish ever.
Like, it would be a smart car if a smart car was missing a wheel.
No, if a smart car just gave birth to a 4-pound, 3-ounce smart car.
Airplane.
Oh my goodness.
This would be a Cessna 120.
What am I about to see?
Well,
You're not allowed to see anything. It's a beautiful piece of craftsmanship.
a listener sent me a listing for a Cessna 120 that's for sale.
Oh my goodness.
$37,000, and right beside it says best deal ever.
$37,000?
$37,000.
Dude,
For a
Cessna
Cessna
120. Those are expensive piece of flying machinery.
Fresh annual records and logs from new auto.
It's broken
Fluids.
records?
ST. No, the log
It said fresh records.
fresh annual records and logs.
Fresh what records?
Oh boy. So yeah, and
How'd
it's
you like that
actually,
message I sent you when
it's
you're on
actually
vacation?
close by.
So my dude, which I respect you because I do the same thing, but you just posted a beautiful clip. And not a lot of people, you're private, right?
Depends what
Instagram?
day of the week you ask.
Yeah. So, man, if you're not following our producer on Instagram, he posted a picture while he was on vacation of this beautiful airplane, majestic beast.
At Pilot J136.
Was he flying it?
Nice.
Was I flying it?
Oh, you're Pilot J136.
Oh,
Sorry, dude.
I just got what you said.
I thought you were tagging the pilot. I was like, dude, that's pretty cool if you know the pilots. Right? Hey, all right.
I mean, I might have.
So this majestic beast is just not Jordan. It's floating down.
A 7. Oh.
It's floating down to land, right? Or taking off.
It's like me coming
Yeah,
off with
okay.
a meat slice. No, it was taking off.
Oh, it's taking off. Majestic beast just climbing in
757.
altitude. Was it a 757?
It was a 757.
I
God rest their souls.
steadfastly disagree. But anyway, he posted an IG story.
What?
I was literally on my lunch break.
No, no, no.
Posted-
Don't interrupt him. I want to hear what Randall has to
How
say.
are you qualified?
Do not interrupt
I'm
the
telling a
man.
story.
He's telling a story. You save your thought and bring it up later.
If I tell you
I
what
told
kind of,
you a story. I'm telling you a story.
if I tell you what kind of tractor is in the field, I have zero right to
It
tell
could be
you
a
what
Cessna
kind
120 tractor. I don't know.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Randall, go on with your story.
This majestic beast is taking off
Not Jordan.
and applying thrusters, all the terminology. And he takes a beautiful Instagram story. I mean, it's a beautiful story. And he posts it, and literally he posted it. I look on it, it's literally like 42 seconds, 43 seconds. Like he just posted it. And I'm like, fresh meat. I comment, I was like, dude, is that a Cessna 120? Like it is the biggest freaking plane you've ever seen. And he just sends back a meme. I cannot describe what the meme is gesturing, but it was not very nice. And,
I can't
and he
either.
never said anymore.
I was so ticked.
And that was like the only contact we all had
So-
we had all vacation. Like, that's all we text each other. Just that.
So
I love that.
to put this in perspective, the Cessna 120 is 21 feet long,
That's a big plane.
6.5 feet tall, empty weight of 770 pounds,
That's
and
incredible.
Right.
a 25-gallon fuel capacity.
That's incredible.
Stop describing yourself. Get to the Cessna 120.
That is the
That was it. You
Oh.
think I have an empty weight of 775? Check again.
Well, we all know you have a full weight of that.
He's like, yeah, what do you think? That's my full weight,
My
man.
max
You're right.
gross weight's 1450.
You're like a sumo wrestler, man.
Hey,
No.
that is a weird sport.
Bro, I just watched a video. I forget this amazing like cooking video, dude. I watched on YouTube, and he fed a what's the word I just said?
Sumo?
A sumo wrestler, but there's a word for it. I feel like isn't there a profession like?
Is
Is it more than just like Okay,
I don't know.
I don't know. Is it more than just sumo
My
wrestling?
Clementine language is very, very, very rough.
Okay.
Clementine?
Mandarin. That one.
So, anyways, he cooked for this guy for a day. Bro, this dude ate so much food.
Oh, they do. They put away food.
Bro, he ate 70 pieces of sushi for one meal.
70.
70. It was unbelievable. What we got? Oh,
jeez.
yo, if you want to put a smile on your face, just look up sumo wrestlers. It's the funniest thing.
And if you,
Oh man. Yo, you ever see that video of that sumo wrestler running?
yeah, it's wow. They're actually incredibly athletic.
They are so athletic is the crazy part.
They are big, but they are athletic.
insanely athletic human beings. It's just that they weigh like, 4 to 1,000 pounds. No, I don't know how much they weigh, but it's in
Would
there.
you rather go to a NASCAR race or watch a live sumo wrestling event?
100% a sumo wrestling match,
100%
bro.
saying. I think
Absolutely.
it'd be hilarious.
Sign me up. And I don't know, where do they
Would
fight
you rather?
usually?
Would you rather be in a sumo wrestling event?
Okay, wait. Let me lay one out here for you, Randall. Would you rather? Okay, what's the animal you describe? Okay, would you rather be stuck in a huge tank of thousands of platypus? Okay,
Platypi.
platypi. Thank you. Or would you rather be stuck right in the middle, in the red circle of a sumo wrestling match, right before the start timer hits?
I feel like either one's gonna end bad.
So in this sumo wrestling scenario, are there two sumo wrestlers going at each other? Randall stuck right in the middle.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're toast.
I feel like there's so much.
Padding.
Yeah.
There just really is.
I feel like you'd be okay.
You and I are not exactly the smallest humans around
No,
in terms
not farthest thing from
in
it.
terms of height.
Oh.
Just feel like I would watch it and all of a sudden you would disappear.
You're not wrong.
Where'd he go?
No,
Oh, there he is.
folks, this isn't a green screen.
Yeah, that'd be terrifying.
Sheesh. Dude, imagine
No,
being
honestly-
lodged between
honestly-
the two bellies of sumo wrestlers. Sounds like an awesome time.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Dude, you used to feel like floating on clouds.
Those are very sticky clouds.
Yeah, it's like, why is it raining in here?
What?
I would take my.
They do get really sweaty,
I would
actually.
take my chance with the platypi.
Really?
Yeah, I just think there's a better chance of me killing thousands of platypi than surviving two massive, hungry sumo wrestlers.
Okay.
That's
Tell me I'm wrong.
I don't know.
So you brought up a fascinating point about going to a sumo wrestling.
Would you rather? I have a good one.
Okay, Jordan, quick finish what you're saying. I want to hear Randall's then.
I was gonna say you brought up an interesting point about the sumo wrestling. Like, so I know what a NASCAR fan base is like. I know what it's like sitting up there in the crowd because I've been to events
It
similar
do
to
be
that.
sweaty.
In a NASCAR event. It's a bunch of rednecks drunk as a skunk because there's nothing really to watch. Because if there is a crash, it's miles away.
Yeah.
What is the atmosphere like at a sumo wrestling event?
It's got to be electric.
What are the people like? Are there other just like, quote, brothers there watching this? 400-pound, 500-pound beast just sitting
The
around?
double take.
My favorite is like the referee. They like, if you ever watch, I guess it's like the referee or like the conductor of ceremonies or whatever he is. He is literally a tenth of their size.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, just to give you a little boost, a little case to get out of hand, here's a stick. So he's running around the rink with a stick.
Yeah. I don't know much about how the sport's officiated. I don't know if it's like, bro, imagine getting one of those guys on top of you.
I would rather not imagine that.
I just thought about that, bro, because,
Oh.
oh
the
my
heaviest-
goodness.
The heaviest recorded sumo wrestler came in at 633 pounds.
And that's not like, that's like mobile. Like they are like quick and strong.
Yeah. It's the only reason you give them a pass for like, you're such a fat boy. It's like, they're so athletic.
They are
More
crazy
athletic than I will ever be in my entire life.
They eat about
They're insane.
7,000 calories every day while they're training.
Yeah.
This past week, by the way, speaking of athletic, big man, this past week was the NFL Combine.
Yes.
And I was watching some of those guys. There's offensive linemen that
Yeah.
literally are like, picture like me. They're like 280, 290, anywhere from 6'4" to 6'6", like big boys.
Big
like some are
Donnies.
300 pounds.
Dogs.
There's guys that big. One of them was like 6'6" something. He had like a 39-inch vertical.
Yeah. It's
standing
insane.
One guy ran a 4.4.
Yep.
An offensive lineman. That is insane, and that is stupid athleticism.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
ridiculous.
The game has changed.
saying that is
It
incredible.
has changed. Yeah.
300-pound dude running a 4.5. That's
Yeah.
insane.
So
That
I-
is actually insane.
I was a big fan of the Falcons and the Pittsburgh Steelers growing up, but I followed through books and newspapers and all kinds of stuff back in the day before social media was even really a thing. Back in the day, I would
That
follow
wasn't too long
my
ago.
yeah, I would follow my favorite Steelers players, and like they would go to banquets and stuff, and like I would see things about them being at this event or whatever, and like it would sometimes occasionally say what their diet is, or some article would have something. They would eat cheeseburgers before the game. They would show
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
But now with all these kids, they have their own specialists. They have their own nutritionist. They have their own all these different things. And Tom Brady, back when he was playing, would eat avocado ice cream before every game.
Allegedly.
Probably still does. Because he's weird.
The game has changed. They are so in tune with their bodies. I mean, it's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Imagine
crazy.
if we still played like the old guys did back in the day.
But more and more, the game, it's like you used to think of in all sports, it's like, okay, if you're big, you're slower. If you're small, you can maybe be quicker, which is your two advantage on both sides. But then you got guys like Derrick Henry, who's like 6'2" or 6'3".
6'4".
6'4", okay,
Oh.
wow. And can run, an incredible 40.
Like probably 4'3".
He's not even far behind a guy like Tyreek Hill on a 40.
Yeah, he's
realistically speaking.
crazy.
It's
And
And
insane.
he is a massive human being. Guys
He's
don't
like
even want to tackle him.
250.
And we don't need to get an incredible body talk right now, but you can't help but think about it when you think about sumo wrestlers.
Yeah.
These guys are crazy. Dang. I want to hear your would you rather though, Randall, backing up to that. If you can recap it, because you were like really excited to say it.
That came out of left field.
Would you rather
Okay.
be caught in the middle of two sumo wrestlers
Okay.
or insult your girlfriend and have to live 24 hours with her hunting you down?
Oh.
It's a bit of a bad would you rather.
No, is it? I mean, you should never insult your girlfriend. But I'm saying, like, if you just accidentally say something that's kind of offensive and you're like, all right, well, she's going to kill me. And you're just,
Hey.
like, running for your life. But which one are you most likely to survive?
Well,
That's
if
what
I'm in the
saying.
middle of the red dot when those guys when the gun goes off, I won't even have a girlfriend to insult.
Did you say insult or assault?
Insult. I did not say assault. You wind it back. I did not say assault.
I mean, it's a very close mix-up. But either way, you were right.
I was
Randall.
wondering where
To
this was going.
clarify, insult.
I-N
Verbally
salt.
make fun of.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah.
Allegedly.
I would 100% because, dude, dude, look at my body. I'm injury prone.
Yeah, your
Okay,
girlfriend would
I've
beat
had
the crap outta
pains
you.
in the past.
Can we get a weight check on you? I mean, are you
$150?
Pre or post vacation.
$180.
so 151?
I am. Is that
You
your
just go
actual
like this, upper or lower?
Are you guessing my weight, Randall?
$180.
180? Jordan, what do you think it is?
I'm gonna say you're 168.
Don't say exactly because I don't like what I don't want you to feel pressured to just go lower or higher.
If I feel free to, am I allowed to?
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
really care.
yeah.
I mean, you both were like right there. I am like normally my weight is at 170.
Yeah.
Like that's normally what it's at.
And you're what, 6'1", 6 foot?
No, I'm like 5'11" and 3/4.
Just say 6 foot. Dude.
Just say 5'12.
Okay, I'm 6 foot.
Say 6 foot.
I'll give myself an inch.
Nobody cares. With
No.
shoes, you're 6 foot. That's what I'm saying. 90% of
Okay.
the time people see you, you're 6 foot tall.
Okay, I'll go with that. But yeah, that's usually what I'm chilling at. And what I meant by that, I don't think I'm gonna survive two sumo guys.
No, you're done.
coming together.
You are done.
So just for the sake of my life and my livelihood, I would have to take the girlfriend one.
Chance it for 24 hours.
Yeah, I mean, chance it. I can just hide in a basement somewhere and chill out.
Or like a shelf where she
Hey, size, height, whatever you're talking about, it's irrelevant to the topic. Okay.
The joke that was implied there, I'll just tell the listeners.
If you know Chris's girlfriend, you understand why
I'm
it's
not
funny. You
exactly
can just
dating the
leave-
tallest person in the world, is what we're
But
getting
she's
to here.
very nice. She's very nice.
she's
the
great.
nicest woman in the
But
world.
she's not-
Like she's so sweet,
not
but like
super tall.
No, she's not the tallest. I mean, okay, hold up now.
How tall is this show?
This is not about defending a point because hey, you know what?
Cammy, I'm sorry.
Shorter is not
Cammy,
inferior by
you know
any
we
stretch.
love you. It's just.
But how
it's-
tall is your wife?
Yeah,
My
it would
wife
kind
is-
of be the
I
same
don't feel like
scenario.
they're not that different.
My wife is.
Is there like a
An inch
3?
taller?
I was gonna say 2-inch tall. Okay, but that
Not
was
that,
even
an
shooting
inch,
over.
2 inches maybe.
So they're right there.
Inch
They're right
taller
there.
than what?
What?
Chris's girlfriend?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying an inch
Inch
taller
taller
than
than
you. I'm
me.
like, well,
that'd be incredibly intimidating.
wow.
Hey, the gap between you and your wife versus me and my girlfriend is different though.
Yeah,
You know,
As far as
well, like I mean, your wife comes up to where Like your mid chest?
Well, let's put it this way: I'm 6'4", 6'5" ish, 6'4". She's 5'4".
Okay. So yeah.
I got her by a foot.
So,
Okay.
like when you guys like just give her a little peck on the cheek, do you
Neck
go
cramps.
down or do you bring her up to you?
It's just like pick her up and bring her in.
So I carry a stool.
So weird. I was gonna say, man, you're gonna be hunched over by the time you're like 60.
Yeah, back problems.
Sheesh. You have been going to the chiropractor a lot recently.
I have been
haven't
going
you?
to the chiropractor. I went for the first time ever here recently. Chiropractor. I had
Dang.
incredible back pain. I'm not even kidding you.
Took a lot to get you there, I'm assuming.
Did you?
It took me. So not really know what the cause of it was. I had some back tightness. I recently my job kind of switched where I was on my feet a lot, and my back was really tight. And then I was doing some honey-do lists. This is not my wife's fault. This is not a shot at her, but I was carrying some furniture around, and I could just feel my back getting really tight. Didn't
Okay.
necessarily tweak it or anything, but then
Yeah.
the next day I woke up and I'm like, oh boy, and it
There it
was
is. Yeah.
probably 2 weeks of
Dang.
like,
You're
guys,
not a
I'm not even kidding you,
chiropractor's.
the most excruciating back pain. Like just the lower from like
Dang.
your tailbone up
Yep.
about 6 inches,
Yep.
6,
Dang,
8 inches.
bro.
I've had that.
Low back pain.
It's
The
bad.
point where like I couldn't sleep real well, but I could get through a night of sleep. I'd wake up 6:30, and it took me a good hour of slowly like get up to the edge of the bed, stretch a little bit, get to the dresser, like literally like one pant leg at a time. Like
Wow.
get dressed, slowly walk downstairs, sit on the couch, put my feet up against the wall, and stretch for a half hour till I get mobility enough to get out. And chores took me twice as long. Work, I was just in pain. Literally for a week, I told my dad, like, Dad, I'm sorry, I can't do stuff. Like, I'm sorry, I'm worthless.
Yeah.
It got so bad finally,
Dang,
like
bro.
one day after work, chores, I came in, I was like laying on the floor, basically crying in pain. And my wife's like, okay, like, she's like, we're doing something. You're going to the chiropractor. And so I did after a lot. It still took me a lot of convincing. Went, and he rolled me around, cracked my back. Super nice guy where I go. Super nice guy. Walked in. First off, like mom and pop, super younger guy, like in his 30s, not much older than me. Little puppy in the waiting room, super cute, laid back. He's
Yeah.
like, come on back. And he's asking me like, what's the problem? What like shoes I wear and stuff, like trying to diagnose where the pain is and everything. And I was like, I guess I'll just tell you too. This is my first time at a chiropractor. He looked at me. He's like, really? Mine too.
Nice.
I was like,
You
"Okay,
gotta love
cool."
that.
First day on the job for both of us. Cool.
I love that.
So he does this thing, and he literally like does the thing where like you lay on your side and you put your arms like across your chest.
I
and then
did
you,
like going to the chiropractor, but I did like when they did that because it was relieving, bro.
He did it the one side, rolled me over, and did it the second time, and I felt like this just relief in my back.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that was so worth it. Paid him, went home. Rest of the day was wonderful.
The next day.
That night,
Oh.
I did not sleep hardly at all.
Yeah.
I went.
Shoot.
I literally, guys, could not. I don't know why I'm just telling you about my life, but you asked the question, so I could not. Standing up hurt, incredibly bad. Laying down hurt. Sitting hurt. Laying in a recliner hurt. Laying on my
Dang.
stomach. Laying on my stomach was about with like a pillow under my stomach to like lift it up a little bit. Was about the only way it felt okay enough to like I was comfortable.
Grief.
That happened about 24 hours and finally let go, and then it's slowly been healing since then. But oh my goodness, I've never been in so much back pain in my life.
Yeah.
Like to the point where literally I like, and I've been through my fair share of pain. Like I'm not, well, like,
Yeah.
yeah. I've
Look
had
down at your
things,
finger.
and like, I literally would just like, I would come in the house like after working for 2 hours and just cry because it hurt so bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like it
jeez.
just was incredible. But anyway,
That's
we're
unfortunate, my
through
man.
it. The other side, I'm back. Did play sports for a little over a month, but I'm playing some volleyball, getting back into it. So we're good.
Nice.
We're good.
Let's go, dude. Let's go. That's a big dub for the chiropractor there.
So chiropractors are worth it. Just be forewarned. So basically, what happened? Talked to him, and he told me. He said so. Basically, like it relieved it, but basically, it's just like all that swelling and like tight, like it relieved, but yet it inflamed the problem.
Right.
When he did that, and so it like made it worse before it got better. But anyway,
Right.
Okay.
But
what he did gave you
help
the
it.
chance to like heal it, like your body heal right.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Because he had to like fix it. But by fixing it, it inflamed the problem, made it worse for a day, but then it got better.
Okay.
I know that some people like say that chiropractors are, like fake and whatever. But I have some pretty bad whiplash from an accident. Actually, I believe
Oh, yeah.
you and I were in together.
Actually just drove through that intersection a couple of weeks ago and thought of
jeez.
relived the whole scenario.
Yeah, every time I go through there, I think about it. And it wasn't an accident that neither of us had anything to do with. It was someone else.
We were passengers.
We were passengers, and unfortunately, I was not paying attention. I was a rear passenger, and my head snapped against the window and actually cracked the
We're kind
window.
of lucky to live
remember
through
that?
that, by the way. Yeah.
I broke a side panel out of a... Anyway.
Wouldn't be the first time you broke a window off your sheer power.
That is true. I have a long...
I want to tell that story. I have amazing perspective from that story.
By the way, have you ever stopped
get
and,
on to
like, the fact that none of us were injured through that is a miracle. Like, have you ever, like, relived it? Like,
More so than like minor
I
injuries
had a
over time.
concussion from that.
oh, me too. Like, we all did. We all completely lied about our injuries. But, like, the fact that, like, none of us were life-flighted.
Just lied about our injuries. Yeah.
No, we did.
No, you're right though.
The state patrol guy came up, and he was like... So
Oh,
is
we're taking you in. Or we're
Is
like,
anybody
"Oh, we're
hurt?
good."
She's like, we have an ambulance on the way. I was like, no, officer.
You should have went in because you already had back problems,
I regret
neck
that.
problems, and then that
I had
accident
massive
happened.
issues. Looking back, there wasn't really a ton. It's more I had a concussion. I broke the window. We hit another vehicle.
Blood
in a-
spraying
going
everywhere.
like-
In an intersection doing
You
what?
guys were fine.
Probably
55.
70,
The speed limit on the
60.
road's 55,
I think we were doing
and
around
we were
60.
trying to beat a yellow light, which was very red at the time.
We were not driving.
We were not driving. And the guy that was driving, I trust the guy, know the guy, love the guy. Like, this is not his fault at all. It's something we have all done. Like, just
Right.
sped up to beat a yellow light. So we were going 55 plus and hit a car going and just
Going-
T-bone the.
Going virtually no miles an hour.
Yeah, they were sitting
was
in the intersection.
oncoming.
They turned because they were in the intersection when the light turns red. If you're in the middle of the intersection, you can turn, and that's what happened. And we T-boned them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with that, I got some pretty bad whiplash. And
Yeah.
the chiropractor has always taken really, really good care of me. And I can feel my neck get super, super tight. But then after I go to the chiropractor and get it cracked, I'm usually good for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
even longer. And it's just kind of the little reset I need. And I know some people say, oh, well, it's bad for your muscles or whatever. I'm like, well, the alternative is me living in pain.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but then they're like, well, you're going to pay for it down the road. I'm like, well, I guess we won't know until we get there.
exactly.
Your story?
I'm just going to say a quick perspective and then we can wrap this podcast up because this is an amazing story that goes way back to when I was very young. But we are in Texas as a family, okay?
Oh, this is me breaking
we
windows.
are. Yeah, this is you breaking a window.
Breaking
And I
and
wish more of the context came to my mind, but I just remember seeing the whole thing and the actual part of it happening. I like whipped my head over and I'm like, oh, that did not just happen. But pretty much, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on any of this because we're directly involved.
I am the breakie.
You were the breakie. I was probably offset from the scene about 40, 50 feet. So I was an onlooker. So I'm sitting there. I obviously don't know the exact context. I don't know the conversation that went down, but Jordan is on the outside of the building. I'm on the outside as well. And he is yelling inside of a building how big do you think the glass pane was? Like this was not a movable up and down window. This was a pane of glass.
I think it was a solid double pane window.
I don't think it was double pane though, because they said later those were pretty thin, which is
I don't know. Remember, my hand didn't think that, but it was.
Glass is not as easy you think to break.
No,
Like,
like a
it's
car,
not.
like a
which is why I'm
windshield or
thinking it was
something?
not double pane though, because that stuff.
Yeah,
it seemed like you broke it pretty easily.
May have been, but go on.
Anyways, am I wrong in thinking you were yelling at our brother, or was it someone else?
I was trying to get his attention.
Yeah, he was trying to get our other brother's attention, Brandon, who was on the inside of the building, and I can't hear what Jordan's saying. All I hear is that there's noise picking up, trying to like talk to him on the inside and stuff, and he's not getting his attention. Anyways, he starts hitting the window. Actually, no, he didn't even hit it. The first time, he just bangs on the window and completely shatters the glass.
my fist goes right through.
Goes right, and this is a big pane of glass. Like I want to say off the top of my head, this
It was
is like,
it was higher than it was wide.
yeah, it was.
Was it
maybe
already
like-
cracked, or
Maybe
why
like,
did it?
no, it was perfectly intact.
I
It was
want to
really, like,
say
this was a church window. It was a beautiful church window. So it was,
was like a stained glass
I want to say it
window.
was it wasn't stained glass, but it would have been like next to that,
Okay.
just a kind of maybe slightly tinted.
So were you
But-
like angry at your brother, or what? What?
I don't.
There
think
might have been
so.
anger.
I mean,
I mean,
I'm
who
always
knows?
kind of.
At a
he's
church,
always
Jordan.
kind of a little bit angry.
Jordan at the Lord's house.
I always carry a little bit of bitterness, though.
But
So it was
Jordan, it's a perfect place to take care of that.
right.
That's
That
Laura's
is true,
house.
and I was trying to.
he got
We're
humbled.
trying to
though.
get in.
right.
He got. I mean, if that was the case, he got humbled.
I'm trying to
because
get to the altar.
Later
he
found
got
out.
humbled. Yeah.
Later found out it's not one of those smash rooms that you go in. So I want to say it was like 2 feet wide by maybe like 4 feet high, something like that. It was higher than it was wide. But yeah, I knocked on it, and my fist went right through it. And
Completely shattered it.
Here is where my reflexes in this scenario were not very good. I was so awestruck that this window broke. I just held my hand there. All of the glass from the top of the window came down on top of my hand. It
Sliced it.
sliced my the side of my hand open quite far. I still have scars along here. And I remember that was the only time I've ever seen in person, aside from the time I tore my Achilles,
Blood?
the inside of my like inside of my body. Like I could see like actual like
We don't have to go into detail, but I
lines
appreciate
of
you.
I don't know what
Tendons.
it is in your
Like
hand.
the-
tendons, yeah.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that was cool. I mean, you know,
Did you have to pay for the window?
You know what?
I feel like Dad did, didn't he?
I feel like my father did.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's something that
I remember-
a father would have to do for a son.
Yeah.
I remember the next day. I mean,
After
because
his son makes a
Jordan at
less
the
than
time,
Brady decision.
you were not older than 12 years old, were you?
I was pretty young.
You were a pretty jacked 12-year-old.
I was
Yeah.
shredded.
But I remember,
Jacked.
the next day, like walking over and like going past this window, and there was a dude with a knife there, getting all like the little
Yeah.
bits and bobs out of the corners to clean it out good. I just remember that very vividly. But
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
for weeks there was a piece of plywood over that window.
Yeah.
I felt kind of
Yeah.
bad. I was like, I didn't feel like I hit it that hard, but
you took away so much natural light. How dare you?
I don't know.
Unbelievable.
But my goodness, there was a
were jacked.
massive, massive area of blood on the floor. So glass is it's pretty brutal.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah. Well, on that note, enough talking about our bodies, the pains and aches of our past. It is time to wrap up this episode, which we haven't even brought up yet. It's episode 90. 90. I don't feel like we say it every time, but who would have
I
thought?
feel like that's a mile marker. Not sure how or why, but
Not as impressive as 100, but 90
yeah.
is still pretty
Hey,
cool.
100's coming.
100 is coming. Jordan, what were you going to say?
I saw a post from, I think, one of the fans that messages into the show every once in a while. It said something to the effect of, how do you know, or I wish you would know that you're in the golden days or the glory days or whatever
Yeah.
when they're actually happening. Is episode 90, are we going to look back and say, that was it?
I don't know, because I thought season 3 was so fun. But now that we're in season 4, I'm like, this is the most fun I've ever had during a season.
Yeah.
Some of the episodes we've had are the most enjoyable episodes I've ever like recorded in my life. The episode with Trenton was so much fun. The episode with Brady was a lot of fun. We've had some bangers, just us.
I have refrained from
And-
talking about that man.
Trenton,
Yes.
he's over. Do you have anything you want to say about that episode since you got to listen back to it and fully intake it? Because it wasn't just you he beat up on. I mean, he talked about all of us. He exposed us for whatever it's worth.
So I'm kind of proud of him in a way because he came in. There was no shame.
Yeah.
There was zero
True.
shame. There was no stage fright.
That's one
He
thing that does
came
not
in.
go in the same sentence as Trent.
No.
Shame. Like, there's
No.
none.
He
He's a beast.
offended all, dropped the mic, and left.
Yeah. Literally.
Now, unfortunately, I may have been one of the offenders. No,
Offended.
offendees.
offended, yeah.
Offendees. And so I had to man up and take it like
Hey.
the true person I am. But no, I felt like he did pretty good. But yeah, I mean,
No.
I feel like we should probably have a conversation at some point.
Okay. Well, we'll leave that up to you. Wrapping this podcast up, though, Randall, what did you learn from today's episode?
I did not learn today's episode, but a friend of mine sent me an Instagram reel. Apparently, Chick-fil-A has a cauliflower sandwich, which I am incredibly disappointed in Chick-fil-A for. That's what I learned today. What did you learn today, Chris?
That's pathetic. I didn't learn anything either, but what I did learn, see what I did there? I didn't learn anything from the episode, but speaking of food, what I have learned this past week, which will be my learn of the episode, is that KFC now has snack wraps, chicken snack
nice.
wraps, and I want to get in on that action.
Let's go right now.
I really want to get in on that. So,
wraps.
yeah.
Interesting.
That sounds like a good choice.
You know what's crazy? The only good place that I've ever had a good snack wrap at is Sheets. That's the only place I've ever had a good snack wrap, and that
Sheetz-
is not how it should
Sheetz-
be.
Sheets is very underrated place to get food. Not very good food, but like they will supply your need.
You know why I think?
What did you learn today, Jordan?
You know why? Just really quick. You know why I
geez.
feel like we feel that way. Sheets is the one place that is open
Late.
all the time.
Yeah.
And
All the
when are
time.
you at Sheets? 2 in the
Never
morning.
normal hours. I promise you that.
Yeah. Jordan, what did you learn from today's episode?
I learned that some evening when I really don't have anything going on, I'm going to take a couple beverages over to Randall's house, and I'm going to find him on a shelf hiding from his wife.
Very special shelf.
About 2 feet off the ground.
That's about 4 feet.
Okay, 4 feet. All right.
Just stand there swat at me.
No, I'm up here.
I love you, babe.
And you're like with a stick, like in that meme, like, come on, do something.
Oh my goodness.
All right, that's
Hey,
terrible.
my wife is amazing. I don't hide from her. I love her.
Okay. Thank you for listening to episode 90. It's good to be back here. We missed our first
I'm
episode,
so
but
excited
hey,
to be back.
it looks like we're on the consistent path once again until we
Yes,
get to
sir.
100 at least. So come
Yeah.
on now. If you haven't already, like during this episode, you could have this whole time gone and checked out the store. So if you haven't
Should've.
already, we're about to wrap this thing up. So after it's done, you have a great reason to go check out this store after you have nothing
Check
else
out
to
the
do.
store. Follow us on Instagram. And the race to 100 episodes is on, boys.
Yes,
Let's go.
that is right.
Who are we racing?
You, yourself, and I.
Yep, that is correct.
That's Chuck.
Let's get out of here.
All right. Take care, everyone. Have an
We
amazing
love
week.
you so much.
We will be back here next week for episode 91. Until then, we'll see you later.
See ya.
Goodbye.